Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Zaki. On today's episode, we'll get to know who is obliged to fast. Fasting is an obligation on every adult, sane, and settled, a person who is not traveling Muslim, who is able to fast and has nothing such as haid, meaning menstruation, or nifas, meaning postnatal bleeding, to prevent him or her from doing so. A person is deemed to have reached adulthood when any of the following three things occur. First, emission of semen, whether in a wet dream or otherwise. Second, growth of coarse pubic hair around the private parts. Third, attainment of 15 years of age. In the case of females, there is a fourth one, namely menstruation, when a girl reaches menarche or starts her periods, and she is obliged to fast even if she has not yet reached the age of 10. Children should be instructed to fast at the age of 7 if they are able to, and some scholars said that a child may be smacked at the age of 10 if he does not fast, just in the case of Salah. The child will be rewarded for fasting, and the parents will be rewarded for bringing him up properly and guiding him to do good. Ar-Rabi' bint Mu'ayth, may Allah be pleased with her, said, speaking about Ramadan when it was made obligatory, "We used to make our children fast, and we will make them a toy made out of wool. If any one of them started to cry for food, we will give them that toy to play with it until it was time to break the fast." Some people do not think it's important to tell their children to fast. Indeed, a child may be enthusiastic about fasting and may be capable of doing it, but his father or mother may tell him not to fast out of so-called pity for him. They do not realize that true pity and compassion consist of making him get used to fasting. Allah says in the Holy Quran, "Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون." Interpretation of the meaning: O you who believe, ward off from yourselves and your families a fire, hell, whose fuel is man and stones, over which are appointed angels, stern and severe, who disobey not from executing the commands they receive from Allah, but do that which they are commanded. Extra attention must be paid to the matter of a girl's fasting when she has just reached maturity, because she may fast when she has a period out of shyness and then not make up the fast later. If a kafir becomes Muslim, or a child reaches puberty, or an insane person comes to his senses during the day, they should refrain from eating for the rest of the day, because they are now among those who are obliged to fast, but they do not have to make up for the days of Ramadan that they have missed, because at that time they were not among those who are obliged to fast. The insane are not responsible for their deeds are not being recorded. But if a person is insane at times and sane at other times, he must fast during his periods of sanity and is excused during his periods of insanity. If he becomes insane during the day, this does not invalidate his fast, just as is the case if someone becomes unconscious because of illness or some other reason, because he had the intention of fasting when he was sane. If someone dies during Ramadan, there is no debt on him or his heirs with regard to the remaining days of the month. If someone does not know that it is fard or obligatory to fast Ramadan, or that it's haram to eat or have sexual intercourse during the day in this month, then according to the majority of scholars, this excuse is acceptable, as is also the case for a new convert to Islam, or a Muslim living in Darul Harb in Muslim lands, and a Muslim who grew up among the kuffar, but a person who grew up among the Muslims and was able to ask questions and find out has no excuse.